Hey you guys, so Jessie Vandenberg here. I want to reach out to you guys and share with you where my journey began and talk about taking action, right? Like really going after what it is that you need to do in order to make the change that you need to change to get to where you want to go. And I think that so often, so many of us have different fears, right? There's different things that we're afraid to make change, and they're all legit. It's all about what does it look like to make change and where do we want to see the change. So I want to share with you guys a few tips and also kind of share with you a couple things about my own journey that you might not already know, and see if maybe that can add some light and help shed some value and insight into how I did it and kind of where I was, so you can better understand where I'm coming from. But really, it's the action and the belief in yourself to know that it's possible. So as I continue to share these tips and a little bit about my story, throw up some likes, throw up some hearts. If any of my story is connecting with you, if you can relate to me, but also tag your friends. Tag your friends if you feel like this can add value, or share it to your page, as well as ask any questions below. I'm an open book, so I'm truly here to help you. And the more I can add value, the more I can help you, the more, the happier I am, because I know that I'm doing my job. So what I'm going to talk to you guys about is the action and the belief in yourself, and kind of where that started for me, and how I went about doing that. So it was a journey, right? It's all about the journey. So really thinking about where you're at right now. And as you guys pop in, post below where you're from. I'd love to hear where you're from as well. So the first thing that I want to share with you guys is why I decided to change. So kind of a little bit of backstory about me. I'm 34 years old and I live out in the Pacific Northwest, and I've always been just a go-getter, like happy-go-lucky, just a very positive person, and I'm the youngest of 5. And so when I was going through like puberty and I was a freshman in high school, I remember walking into a new school. It was a new high school and it was a private school, and I remember I was like that cowgirl. I was in a cowgirl phase of riding horses and barrel racing. I just loved that lifestyle. And I walked into this private school and everybody was wearing different clothes. They were wearing these like high-end, what I call them fancy clothes. And I walked in and they were Rockies, right? Rockies, my cowgirl boots. And I just felt like I stood out like a sore thumb. And I was like, whatever, this is me. This is who I am. But I was also at a point where I was the biggest that I'd ever been. And I'm sure that was a part of puberty and me going through, all of my changes and whatnot. But I remember that I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. And I wanted a different feeling. I wanted to feel smaller and just feel better and more confident about myself. And, I saw everybody else around me and I was like, how are they so small? Is that like their genetics or what? Like I didn't feel like I was doing anything different. And then my second year of high school, I didn't go to the same high school because I didn't like that high school. I went back to my hometown high school, and I was back with all of my friends and I was comfortable. It didn't matter. But then I went through a phase of that feeling still not going away, of me wanting to be smaller and not knowing how to get there. So I did it in an unhealthy way. And I went through a phase where I would not eat enough, anorexic. I wouldn't eat enough. I would starve my body. I hated to eat because I didn't want to feel full, and I thought that that was the only way I could lose weight. I really didn't know how to do this. And then I went through a phase, even because of that, that I wanted all of these unhealthy things, and I would hoard them, and then I would binge. And so, the other side, bulimia. And I went through that for a period of time until one of my friends caught me and called me out. And I really honestly don't know that I really realized what I was doing and the harm I was doing to my body, because at the time I was thinking like, I just want to be smaller. And I thought that that was my way to go about doing it. I didn't realize that there was other ways out there to go about it. And so I was mortified when she caught me and called me out, but that was my wake-up call. That's what I needed. And I got this membership because I was working at this grocery store in town, and I got this membership to be able to join a gym at a discount. And I put my name on the list, and finally my name came off the list and I could join at a discount. And I remember walking in, I was 16, I walked into the gym and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna go jump on one of those pieces of equipment, right? And I'm gonna figure it out. And I did. I had a willingness to figure it out, and I would watch other people, and even on the weight machines, and I would go do what they're doing. And I loved the endorphins. I loved the way it made me feel. And I just focused really hard on my fitness because I was still trying to figure out my nutrition, right? And some of those habits, though, of not eating enough and binging were still with me. They weren't as consistent, but they were still lingering with me. And it was still a battle in my mind. And truly, you know, as years went by, I continued with that. I continued exercising, putting my focus there because I loved the way it made me feel, but I really still struggled with the, you know, anorexic, bulimic, binging, you know, like those things here and there. And really, you guys, where I decided to make a change was, I mean, truly, honestly, cut it all out was when I knew I wanted to be a mom. I knew that I needed to change my ways if I wanted to lead by example. You know, like I didn't want to be that person. I didn't want to be ashamed of the way I ate or how I was eating or what I was doing behind closed doors. I wanted to lead by example. I knew I wasn't going to be able to hide from my children, right? I knew if I was carrying this beautiful blessing, this beautiful gift inside my body, I needed to respect my body. I needed to do something different. And that is when I decided to truly make a change and let all of that out of my head and just let it go. And it was just that decision. It was that decision to make a change and just be done with it. And you guys, I fought it. I fought it. And what I had to do was keep myself busy. And I had to put my focus on helping other people because it would help me on my journey stay consistent and be motivated and keep me out of, you know, that negative self-talk or all of those things going through my mind, right? And are any of you guys connecting with this? Like, am I the only one that has ever experienced this, right? But I had to do something different in order to get a different result. And what I had to do was I had to focus on where I wanted to go and that feeling I was fighting for, and really have a willingness to figure out how to get there and do research and really just start making daily improvements, like progress and not perfection. And absolutely, Jessica, I know I'm not the only one. There are so many people out there that struggle with all of this. And so it was, what did I do to change? You know, I had to focus on where I was going and my vision and where I wanted to see myself, and having a willingness to put one foot in front of the other and just get through it day to day to day. And then the third thing was I had to keep myself busy, and I had to stay positive, because when I kept myself busy, I didn't think about all of the things going on in my head that when I wasn't busy would happen. And so I had to keep myself busy all the time. And I would put my focus on helping other people and adding value into other people to rid all of those thoughts in my mind. And when I focused on small, simple things that I could change each day, that's when I started seeing progress. It was about celebrating the small victories and being consistent with those small victories that really helped me have the success that I have today. And then the fourth thing was really, like I said, help other people, but really add value. Like, what was I doing to change, and really sharing that with other people? Like, what was working for me? And if it was working for me, I knew it would work for other people. And I love to help people. I love to talk to people. I love to motivate and inspire people. And so if I just shared what I was doing, I was going to help somebody. I mean, even if I helped one person, that's what I wanted to do. And by adding value in other people's lives, it helped me on my journey be more accountable and be more excited of, you know, okay, what can I do now to improve that will help me get to my goal, and help me be healthier and live a healthier, happier, more fulfilling life, and be able to share that with other people. And then the next thing is what I did to begin making changes. And you guys, it started off super small. Like, it's about a journey, right? So what I started was just my calories. and not being so stuck on not like starving myself, but not binging. And so I would get MyFitnessPal. It's an app on your phone. And for me, I'm a very visual person, so I needed to see that. And if I had to log my food into there, you know, I wasn't going to eat so much candy, or, you know, like I was really accountable. And at the time it was like I needed to eat enough calories to fuel my body and to have good energy. And I treated it almost like a game, right? Like I knew that I didn't want to starve my body and get into that rat race again. And I knew that I didn't want to overeat because I hated feeling like super full, but I also wanted to learn really how much to eat for myself. And you guys, I just figured it out. Like I had a willingness to figure it out and to do research. And, you know, I was just following other successful people, and, you know, and then I began portion controlling my food and learning how to do that. And it was a process, right? Like I remember when I first started logging my food into MyFitnessPal, I was like, ooh, you know, that's 500 calories. I don't know that it's worth it. And I would do like the 100-calorie snack packs, or the 100-calorie yogurts or string cheeses, and, you know, ate a lot of protein. Lean proteins. I've never been a big vegetable fan, but I would force myself to eat vegetables, right? And I would just log in, and then I started watching, if you look on MyFitnessPal, if you have it, the macronutrient levels. And you guys, I'm a personal trainer and nutritionist, so this is all stuff I know, but I still struggled. Like I was ashamed of the way I was eating, and I needed to make that change, right? And so as I'm becoming a nutritionist, this is kind of in that same process of the change. So I knew what I needed to do. It was just I needed to have a willingness to take action and to actually do it and stop talking about it. Yeah, it wasn't easy, but I did it. I fought those negative thoughts in my head every single day. And I would just fight them and shove them back, get them back, because I would always focus on where I was going. And I would watch other successful people. I'm like, if they can do it, I can do it. Like, what is it that they're doing differently? But anyways, so back to MyFitnessPal. Once I started logging my calories, it was like every day. I never meal prepped. I'm not that person. I'm not that organized. And so I would just go in and log my food. And okay, if I was over or under calories, I knew what I needed to do to improve upon from yesterday, that I needed to eat more, I needed to eat less. And every day I progressed. And then I started watching the macronutrients. And if I see like, oh my gosh, I'm like, my diet's almost filled with all carbohydrates, or I don't have enough vegetables, or I don't have enough healthy fats, again, I would improve in that area the next day. And it just became a pattern and a habit. And I just kept getting better. And pretty soon I figured out how much I needed to eat for me, and what it looked like to eat like the right macronutrient levels. And it was a process. It was a journey. It didn't happen overnight. And because of that, I consistently lost weight. I consistently leaned out. I consistently gained more strength. I gained more energy. And really it was a willingness to figure it out, and a willingness to improve upon where I was, because I knew nothing was going to change if I didn't intentionally make change. And right, like we all are in our own heads, and sometimes we don't believe in ourselves. And I knew by watching other people, if they could do it, why not me? Like I'm the only one in my own way. Yes, absolutely, Jessica. So many people relate to this. And you guys, if you're relating to this, throw up some likes, some hearts, share it on your page, share it with other people. Because I know so many other people struggle, and it begins with a journey. And then what I realized 6 years ago when I became a Beachbody coach, that the community, the support, the surrounding yourself with people that are on this journey, like we're all in our own home. We're all living this crazy, busy rat race life, right? We're moms, we have kids, we work full time. Like, how do we make it work, right? You just have to figure it out. What does it look like for you? Where can you work out for 30 minutes a day throughout your day? Where can you squeeze in all of this? Like, don't overcomplicate things. Just start taking some action each and every day and progressing. I started focusing on drinking more water, drinking 120 ounces of water a day, right? minimum 64 ounces a day, or half your body weight in ounces. I always strive for 120 ounces of water. And for me, I struggle with IBS as well. So that kind of just helps flush everything through for me, and that helped me feel better. And that was something easy that I could do, and I could log it in my FitnessPal. But 6 years ago, when I became a Beachbody coach, you guys, I accidentally became a Beachbody coach because I had researched Shakeology. I had went to a Turbo Kick instructor training course, and the instructor was drinking it, and I had heard her, and I was like, I never heard of it. But here I was trying to improve. I was trying to get better with my nutrition. Like I've already shared, I was not a big vegetable fan. I really didn't even know at that point in time what superfoods were. And so when I researched it, I'm like, what is this? This sounds way too good to be true. I didn't want to spend the money on it, but I also wanted to feel better. I wanted to make change. And my drive for wanting to make change was stronger than me wanting to spend the money. And that drive for change trumped the cost. And so I bought it for the 30-day money-back guarantee. And you guys, in 10 days, I was feeling more energy. I loved the way I felt. It was the peace of mind that I was getting my fruits, my vegetables, superfoods, my vitamins, my minerals, all of this dense nutrition in one meal a day. You know, I loved the way I felt. And with consistency of drinking it every single day, it was something that I knew long-term I could make a habit. And because of that, you know, my IBS is improved, my clarity, my focus, my energy, all these things improve when you start improving your nutrition, right? When you start making small changes. Those are the small changes that I have made to get to where I'm at. And I continuously am changing. I'm continuously a work in progress, right? Like we're all busy moms. I have a daughter that's going to be 10 next week, and I have a toddler son that's 2. And I work a business from home. And what I do as my business is what I'm doing now, adding value and sharing my journey. I'm adding value to people's lives and sharing my journey and hoping to connect with like-minded people that had those same struggles and share what I'm doing. You guys, it's all about taking action and believing in yourself that you can actually do better and you can get to where you want to go with taking action each and every day. So you guys, those are my 4 steps, or my 5 steps in sharing with you a little bit about my journey and where it began and the struggles. And was it hard? Did I have relapses for little short bits of time? Yeah, I did. But it's been consistent, you guys, for 6 years of not even worrying about anything of binging, of not eating enough and being on the anorexic side or bulimia side. Like 6 years free of that. And the mental part has been so freeing and so amazing. And knowing that I'm truly leading by example for my children. And, you know, like I said, I didn't take action, but I fought the thoughts in my head for a few years before those 6 years. And it's really just a journey, and it's a process and a willingness to figure it out, and consistency and progress and not perfection. And if you guys have any questions, reach out to me. I'm here to help you. I have accountability groups. I have challenge groups. I custom tailor workouts that you can do in the comfort of your own home. I can tell you more about the shake that I drink if that's something that you're interested in. The tracking, the portion controlling, those are all things that have helped me get to where I'm at, and I'm still improving, right? Like I said, I keep this easy. I'm all about simple, easy, and effective lifestyle change for a busy family, because that's what I am. We have a busy family. We're spontaneous. We're on the go. And I'm here to share what I do. And it's not perfect. It never is perfect. But I'm all about progression and not perfectionism. So you guys, I hope you guys have taken some value. You've connected. This adds some value into your life. And if you guys have any questions, reach out to me. I'm here to help you and be a resource to be able to help guide you to live a healthier, happier, more fulfilling life. Share this to your page, post, tag friends below. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Take care. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.